तो फिर
Hi, good morning. People are on. Hi and good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
morning, sir.
Okay. Yesterday's class, we were dealing with how to represent a vector in terms of position coordinates. Xi cap plus yj cap plus z k cap. Right? So one thing we have learned in yesterday's class is how do I write a vector R? You call it xi cap plus yj cap plus z k cap. One very important thing about the magnitude of the vector will be root over of x square plus y square plus z square. As simple as it. Why? The coordinates of the head are x comma y comma z. This is the origin. So what will be the length of the vector? Length of the vector will be x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square plus z minus 0 whole square. Agree? Or suppose I take only x and y here in the xy plane. How do I get this particular length? Simple Pythagoras theorem. This is x, this is y. Magnitude of r is root over of x square plus y. So the same thing you extrapolate it for 3-dimension as well. But an important significance here. How did you define unit vector as? Unit vector is a vector with unit magnitude and specific direction. Unit vector is a vector with unit magnitude and specific direction. Right? So a unit vector will be vector divided by the magnitude. Vector has got both direction and magnitude in the numerator. Divide by magnitude in the denominator. You will be left with the direction. So you will write xi cap plus yg cap plus zk cap divided by root over of x square plus y square plus z square is the unit vector direction of this vector r with unit magnitude. You can write it as x under root x square plus y square plus z square y upon under root x square plus y square plus z square g cap plus z under root x square plus y square plus z square. So unit vector, how do you write mathematically a unit vector? Vector divided by its magnitude, so that the magnitude will become 1 and it has a specific direction in terms of I cap, j cap, k cap. Take it down.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Bolo.
Sir, so in the rest of the sums till now, why we were not using K cap in
Why
Z?
we are not using
K cap, Z axis.
We were introducing an xy plane. If it is extrapolated to z axis, this is what happens. We
Okay.
introduce the concept in xy.
Okay.
So,
Uh,
so what was the second equation for because of network issue? I didn't hear that.
where do I have the second equation here? Which is,
That one, the below one.
are you speaking about this?
No. Third one, last.
This I have written it in this form. X divided by this I cap. Y divided by this j cap. Z divided by this k cap. This is the magnitude of the vector along x-axis, magnitude of the vector along y-axis, along z-axis. If you
Okay.
find the magnitude root over of this square plus this square plus this square, it will turn out to be 1, as this is a unit vector.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
This is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is a 10 Newton of a force, this is 30 degree. Find the component of the force along x-axis. Component of force along x-axis.
5 root 3.
10 cos theta.
10
cos 30.
30, 10 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2, 5. Now listen. I have a reference line along this direction. This angle I am giving you is 30 degree. This angle is 30 degree. Call this OB. Component of this vector along OB. Component of force along OB. Somebody told the answer.
5 root 3 sin theta.
Sir, 5 Newton.
10 cos 60.
10 cos 60. 10 cos 60. 10 into 1 by 2. 5 Newton. Component of the vector adjacent to the angle will be vector into cos of that angle. Component of the vector adjacent to the angle. What is the angle between the vector and OB? 60 degree.
Yes, sir.
So cos 60 is half. So it will be 5. So whenever I give you a vector B like this, vector A like this, component of A along B, component of A along B will be A cos theta. And How do I get that? Drop a perpendicular. What is a cos theta? This will be a cos theta. Whichever vector you are resolving, that should be the hypotenuse. Whichever vector you are resolving, that should be the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. You can draw right angle triangle so many ways. You can drop a perpendicular from B on this, right? That will be wrong. Component of A along B is A cos theta, or I will write that in detail separately on the board. Keep it down, please. I'll write the number. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
This is A, this is B. This angle, I'll call it this, so that you don't get the feel that it is 90. This is theta. Now, first I will ask you, component of A along B. Component of A along B.
A cos theta.
Vector are you resolving? Vector A. So A should be the hypotenuse and drop a perpendicular this way. This will be A cos theta. Vector A is being resolved. So that should be the hypotenuse. Drop a perpendicular this way. What if I would have asked you for the reverse? This is A, this is B. This is B, this is A, angle between them is theta. Component of B along A, it will be B cos theta. But remember, you are dropping a perpendicular like this. This length will be B cos theta. Now the vector B is being resolved. B will be the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. B is the hypotenuse. Its component along A will be B cos theta. Do you get the difference in the two cases? Whichever vector you are resolving, that should be the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. If I am resolving A along B, A is the hypotenuse. This will be A cos theta. If I am resolving B along A, this must be the hypotenuse. This will be B cos theta. Suppose I want a 10 Newton force to be applied in one particular direction. 10 Newton force to be applied in one particular direction. 10 Newton of force to be applied along x-axis. How do I write this? 10 I cap. I cap is the unit vector along x-axis. Right? Fair enough. Now listen to the nomenclature and angles. This will be taken as north, this is south, this is east, this is west. Northeast, whenever I tell you this angle is 45 degree. Northeast, whenever I tell you this angle is 45 degree. So how do I write? I tell you 10 Newton of force along northeast. How will you write that? Listen, if I take unit magnitude, I want only the unit vector along northeast. I want unit vector along northeast. 1 cos 45, 1 sin 45. This direction will be 1 cos 45 I cap plus 1 sin 45 j cap. So I by root 2 plus j by root 2. This is I plus j by root 2. This is the unit vector along northeast. This is the unit vector along northeast. Are you sure it's a unit vector? Calculate its magnitude and see. Magnitude of this unit vector is root over of 1 by root 2 whole square plus 1 by root 2 whole square. This will become root over of 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. This is root 1. Am I getting unit magnitude? So 1 cos 45, 1 sin 45. This is as a whole unit vector along north. Suppose I say 100 Newton of force along northeast. How will I write this? 100 I plus j by root 2. 100 is the magnitude. This is the direction. Unit vector will specify the direction. Suppose I say northwest. This is 45. Unit vector along northwest will be minus I plus j by root. Minus I cap plus j cap by root. Calculate its magnitude and see, you will get 1. Unit vector along southwest will be minus I cap minus j cap by root 2. Unit vector along southeast will be I cap minus j cap by root. Unit vector along x-axis, I cap. Y-axis, or say here you call it west, minus I plus j cap minus j. So northeast unit vector is I plus j by root 2. Northwest minus I plus j by root 2. Southwest, when I say northeast, southeast, southwest, angle is 45 degree between the vector and either south or east, any two. If it is not 45 degree, I'll tell you north 30 degrees east, north 20 degrees east. From north, turn by 30 degrees or 20 degrees towards the east. That nomenclature I will tell you. First, take this down.
Taken as 1.
Pardon?
So why the values of A is taken as 1 in the sum?
Why the value of
A.
A? Where is A here?
Sir, A sin theta, A cos theta.
Sir, he is
Yes, sir.
referring to the first step where you have written 1 cos 45.
Unit vector. You are in search of a unit vector. You want a unit vector in this direction.
Okay, sir.
Into the magnitude 100, I will get the complete vector. So 1 cos 45, 1 sin 45. You were in search of a unit vector, so you are taking 1. I'll just be back in a second. Tell me when I can rub the board.
Yes, sir, you can rub the board.
Take an arbitrary vector A as 3i cap plus 4j cap. There is a vector B as 2i cap plus 3j cap. Right? Find a vector having magnitude equal to B and is along the, what did they ask you? Find a vector whose magnitude is equal to that of B but is along the direction of vector A. Will you try or should I discuss?
Sir, we'll try.
I'm
Sir,
waiting.
we'll try.
Sir, should we say the answer or write it in the chat?
Write it on the chat. Write it on the chat. But wait, I don't know the answer. I gave arbitrary numbers. I'll also have to solve. Come on. Magnitude is that of B. First to find out the magnitude. Over of 2 square plus 3 square. Root over of 4 plus 9. This will be root 30. Is my calculation correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, magnitude of that of B and in the direction of A. That is what we asked.
Yes, sir.
Or did we ask the reverse? Magnitude of A in the direction of B.
Magnitude of B in direction of A.
Magnitude of B in the direction of A. How do I get the direction of A? 3i cap plus 4j cap root over of 3 square plus 4 square. Vector divided by its magnitude, I get the direction. So 3, this will be 9 plus 16, 3 by 5i cap plus 4 by 5j cap. This is the direction, this is the magnitude. Now the vector C which you want is the magnitude of B in the direction of A. 3 by 5i cap plus 4 by 5j cap. Magnitude into root 13. 3 root 13 by 5i cap plus 4 root 13 by 5j cap. Magnitude of B, direction of A. Direction of A, magnitude of B. 3 root 13 by 5i cap, 4 root 13 by 5j cap.
Done, sir.
Sir, can I explain this again?
Magnitude of B Root over of this plus this square, right?
Yes. Yes.
Direction of A will be vector A divided by its magnitude.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Magnitude of B, direction of A.
Okay, yes, sir.
Vector A is 2i cap minus 3k cap plus k cap. Vector B is I cap plus 4j cap minus 3k cap. Find A plus B. Find C cap. Find A plus B and then find the unit vector along C.
Should we speak the answer?
No, don't. Problem is quite simple and straight ahead. Have a look at it. A plus B will be 3i cap minus j cap minus 2k cap. 1 minus 3 minus 2. 4 minus 3, 1. 1 plus 2, 3. This is
Sir, it would be
Plus
plus
J
J
cap.
cap.
Yes, sir.
Plus J cap.
Plus
Plus
J
J
cap.
cap. J cap, J cap.
right. Sorry. My bad. Now, unit vector of this will be vector divided by the magnitude. 3i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap divided by 3 square plus 1 square plus 2. 3i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap 9 plus 1 10 plus 4 root 14 will be the unit vector along A plus B. Will be the unit vector along A plus B.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah,
Sir, for finding magnitude, why do we under root even the vector on z axis?
you know why this is the magnitude of this vector are x comma y. What is the magnitude of this r? Root over of x square plus y square. Say something, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You're adding a third component to it. Visualizing 3D for you here will be slightly difficult, but it's not very difficult. I'm taking this as the origin. Now suppose you are taking a vector from here till here. This corner, put it in the cube, from there till there. The diagonal of the cube will be the resultant of this and this. Do you agree with that? Red colored dotted line is the base of the right angle triangle. This is the height of the right angle triangle. This is the vector R. Say something.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is this? Root over of x square plus y square. If I take this as y, this will be root over of x square plus y square. This is z. Do I get this as root over of this square plus this square?
Yes, sir.
So root over of x square plus y square plus
Z square.
you want to write it down. No big deal. Magnitude of R is root over of this square, x square plus y square plus z. It is a diagonal of a cube. You will be able to visualize.
Yes, sir.
Now, a vector A, or I'll put it this way. Oh, wait, let me introduce. Advantage of using position vectors. Suppose this is R1 and this is R. Your initial position is at R1. Your final position is at R2. You moved the particle from here till here. I know R1 is written as x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k. R2 is written as x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. R2 is written as x2 I cap, that means x2, y2, z2 are the coordinates of the head of the vector R2. x1, y1, z1 are the coordinates of the head of the vector R1 with respect to the tail of both the vectors. Now, my requirement is this vector. I get this as R2 minus R. Confirm that. This is R2, right? This is minus R. R2 and minus R1 are two sides of a triangle taken in one order. R2 and minus R. Third side of the triangle taken in the reverse order is the resultant. Resultant of what? R2 and minus R1. So suppose I need this vector, it will be R2 minus R1. How do you want me to remember that? Final. R final minus R initial. R final minus R initial. The final coordinate minus the initial coordinate. Final coordinate minus the initial coordinate. Right? Suppose, and what will that be equal to? R2 minus R1 is x2 minus x1 I cap. Y2 minus y1 j cap. Z2 minus z1 k. Final coordinate minus the initial coordinate x, y, and z. On the contrary, if I ask you, this is R2, this is R, and I am going from here till here. This R is my requirement. This will be R2 minus R1. Final minus initial minus R. This is R. Minus R1 and R2 are on two sides of the triangle taken in one order. Resultant will be the third side of the triangle taken in the reverse order. So always remember, how do I get the position vector for the displacement from one point to another point? Final position vector minus initial position vector. Final position vector minus initial position vector.
Sir, what is the name of this concept?
Continuation of position vector and application of position.
Sir, so the final, when we subtract R1 by R2, the value
Minus R.
R2 minus R1, sorry.
R2 minus R1.
The value which we get is not the position vector, no, but, or is it still?
That is the position vector with respect to this. You are telling me the coordinates with respect to the origin.
Okay.
This x1, this x2, y2, z2, this x1, y1, z1 are with respect to
Origin.
right? You cannot change in the problem your origin from the initial state. Initially you took as the origin. Now for this, if I take this as the origin, I am changing the problem. Hence, you stick to the first one.
Okay.
Can you see illustration number 8?
Yes, sir.
Please solve. I will not be able to move the screen above because the solution is given below. Illustration number 8.
Sir, should we tell the answer?
No, wait.
Sir, I've written the answer on the chat.
Okay. Wait, let me stop the screen share. I'll be able to see the answer. And so the
Okay.
solution. 1 second, wait. What vector must be added to the summation of this and this so that the resultant vector is a unit vector along y-axis? If it is a unit vector along y-axis, then x component should become 0. So coefficient of I should become 0. Coefficients of j should become 0. First of all, you added I minus 3j plus 2.
Sir, coefficient of j should be 1. Na?
So that the resultant vector is a unit vector along y-axis. Coefficient of j should be 1. That's why y he has taken as minus 2. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Right, put y is minus 2, coefficient of j will be 1. Coefficient of I cap should become 0, coefficient of k cap should become 0. So z is equal to 5, x is equal to minus 4. Is this point clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Add both the vectors. Whatever vector you are getting, this is the vector. Right? For this vector, you are adding x, y, and z. Now, x plus 4 should become 0. 3 plus y should be equal to 1. Minus 5 plus z should be equal to 0. Does that make sense to you people?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Bolo?
Sir, it can be minus j. Ah, so, sir, why can't it be -4? Because, sir, it will be also unit
He
vector,
said
no
unit
minus j
vector
cap.
along y-axis. He didn't say unit vector along minus y-axis.
Okay, that.
Negative y-axis नहीं बोला उसने. All three questions. In chapter exercise, question number 1, 2, and 3. In chapter exercise, question number 1, 2, and 3.
Sir, which question do we have to do? I lost my connection.
1, 2, and 3, all three on the screen. First problem, all of you done?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody with a doubt in the first problem? Second problem, all of you done?
Yes, sir.
Anybody with a doubt in the second problem?
Sir, one confirmation that 1000 Newton is perpendicular to the ground.
No. Parallel to the inclined plane. A 1000 Newton block is placed on an inclined plane at an angle of 30 degrees. Second question, may the weight of the block, this will be mg. This will be mg sin theta. This will be mg cos theta. Why? Because this angle is theta. This will be 90 minus theta. This will be theta. So mg is given as 1000 Newton. Okay, this is what you were asking. Is this mg perpendicular to the ground? Yes, yes.
Okay.
Component of this perpendicular to the inclined plane is mg cos theta. When you resolve a vector adjacent to the angle, it is vector into cos theta. Not adjacent to the angle, it is vector into sin theta. So this is 1000 Newton. This will be 1000 cos theta, 1000 sin theta. This is theta. This is 90. This angle is 90 minus theta. So this angle will be theta. I'll keep using this directly here after, get accustomed to it. Theta 90, 90 minus theta, this will be theta.
So,
Hello?
so could you explain again how both are theta? Like both of them are theta.
This is theta. This angle is 90. This will be 90 minus theta.
Yes, sir.
So this will be theta because these both are perpendicular. This is 90 minus theta. This will be theta.
Okay, so thank you.
Sir, can you show the third question? I did not copy it.
Third question will not be difficult for you people. Am I right? Multiply the vector A with 2, multiply the vector B with 3, subtract them.
So in second question, second answer can be written as 500 root 3, right? Is it necessary to
not
multiply
an
root 3?
Yeah, not an issue. No. Listen. You learned how to add and subtract two vectors. Maybe triangle law,
Sir,
maybe.
second question, second part, can you explain that?
What is the second question, second part?
It's perpendicular to the inclined plane.
mg cos theta.
Mg cos theta, right? Sir, actually the answer there is 866 Newton on the page.
Yeah, 1000 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Substitute root 3, you get the answer.
Okay, sir. So do we need to substitute, or are we, if we keep it in root 3 form, it's fine?
In the multiple choice options, what options the paper setter will give, how do I decide? If he gives in 866, you will have to substitute root 3. If he gives it in form of root 3, you will leave it as root 3. Among the 4 options given, select which of them will match. Right? Now listen. What if more number of vectors are given? This is Polygon law of addition. Polygon law of addition. If n vectors are represented as n sides of a polygon taken in one order. If n vectors are represented as n sides of a polygon taken in one order, then the resultant is the closing side of the polygon taken in the reverse order. If n vectors are represented as n sides of a polygon taken in one order, then the closing side of the polygon taken in the reverse order is the resultant. Right? Call this vector A, call this vector B, C, D, E. You are claiming that R is equal to A plus B plus C plus D plus E. This is your claim. If n vectors are represented as n sides of a polygon taken in one order, closing side of the polygon taken in the reverse order is the resultant. Prove it. This is the proof. Do you people remember triangle law? This will be R1. A plus B will be R1. Do you agree with that? Say something.
Yes, sir.
A plus B. R1 is A plus B. Now R1 plus C, can I call it to be R2? R1 plus C, can I call it to be R2? R1 and C are two sides of a triangle taken in one order. closing side, third side of the triangle taken in the reverse order is the resultant of R1 and C? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
R2 plus D will be R3. R2 plus B. R2 plus B will be equal to R3. R3 plus E will be equal to R. R will be R3 plus C. R3 and E are two sides of a triangle taken in one order. Third side of the triangle taken in the reverse order. Add all of them. R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R will be A plus B plus R1 plus C plus R2 plus D plus R3 plus C. R1, R1, R2, R2, R3, R3. R is A plus B plus C plus D plus E. If n vectors are represented as n sides of a polygon taken in reverse order, taken in one order, the closing side of the polygon taken in the reverse order is the resultant. It is nothing but a consequence of triangle. First, write down the statement. If n vectors, polygon law statement likho. If n vectors are represented as n sides of a polygon, if n vectors are represented as n sides of a polygon taken in one order, n vectors are represented as n sides of a polygon taken in one order, then the closing side of the polygon, taken in the reverse order is the resultant. Then the closing side of the polygon taken in the reverse order is the resultant. Closing side of the polygon taken in the reverse order is the resultant. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you have the booklet, right? I'm supposed to do dot product and cross product, which I will not do in a hurry. On the booklet, in the booklet, I will share the screen with you people. There is a JEE main exercise. Which page number is this? This is page number 17. Are you people able to see this 17 page?
Yes.
Page number 17. JEE mains homework. JEE mains. Page 17. Page booklet. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. 9. First 9 problems of JEE mains booklet. Well, 13. Somebody is typing something. I will not be able to see your message. Please switch on your mic and speak. 12, 13. 14, 15. 1 to 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is the homework clear to all? 1 second. Homework is written on the board. Homework is written on the board.
Sir,
Rishabh, yesterday somebody already sent the PDF of the booklet on the group. Rishabh Savla. Yet, yesterday the student who sent, can you resend it today? Yesterday the student who sent it on the group, can you resend it today?
Sir, I guess somebody else from the PACE, the head office sent all the 3 booklets.
Why is Rishabh asking me again? Rishabh Savla, are you there in the group? Please see the chat, you will have it. Two people have sent already. Homework, make a proper note of it and complete it. One small thing before we conclude, I'll have to rub the board. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Now, sometimes they'll give you a vector like 2i cap minus 3j cap plus ak cap. Find A for which R is a unit vector. Find A for which R is a unit vector. That means its magnitude should become 1.
Sir, in all the axes.
In a net total, R should be a unit vector along this direction. So, what is the unit vector? 2i cap minus 3j cap plus ak cap divided by root over of 2 square plus 3 square plus a square. This should be equal to 1. Right? This must be a unit vector. So magnitude should be equal to 1. Sorry, make one correction. Magnitude of this 2 square plus 3 square plus a square should be equal to 1. If this is a unit vector, its magnitude should be equal to 1. Square both sides. 2 square plus 3 square plus a square is 1. A square is 1 minus 4 minus 9. I should have given some convenient numbers. I gave a wrong number because of which I'm getting imaginary answer. Two, 3 by 4, 2 by 5. Now probably I will have to adjust this number, but bottom line, did you understand the problem?
Yes, sir.
This should be a unit vector. That means root over of this square plus this square plus this square should be equal to 1. Right? So if I take 2 by 3 here, it will be root over of 4 by 9 plus 9 by 16 plus a square is 1. You will have to find out A. They'll adjust numbers properly. Do not worry about it. You will not get imaginary roots. If you get a negative number to the right, they become imaginary. They'll give you proper numbers. Don't worry about it. Is the problem clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So do complete the homework. Next class, I'll first discuss the homework and then we will go ahead with it. See you people in the next class. Good day. Bye. And
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Sir, can you please
Bye,
repeat
sir.
the
Thank you.
Bye,
homework?
sir. Thank you, sir.